I think I'm live now. Let me just check again if I'm live or not. Okay, yeah, I'm live. Uh, Let me just share my screen. Okay, okay, I'm visible, right? Let me just read the problem statement. You're given a string s of, okay, I have to log in or sign up before. 1 second. Let me just log in and then I'll come back. Okay, great. Now I'm logged in. Let me share my screen again. Okay, I think my screen is visible now. So you are given a string s of length n and an integer k. You are tasked to find the longest subsequence repeated k times in string s. A subsequence is a string that can be derived from another string by deleting some or no characters without changing the order of the remaining characters. A subsequence sequence is repeated k times in the string s if sequence into K is a subsequence of S where sequence into K represents a string constructed by concatenating sequence K times. What does this mean? A subsequence sequence is repeated K times in the string S if sequence into K is a subsequence of S where sequence into K represent a string. Okay, it's simple. For example, BBA is repeated two times in the string this BBA, BBA, yeah. Because the string BBA constructed by concatenating BBA two times in a subsequence of the string. Okay, return the longest subsequence repeated K times in a string S. Okay, return the lexicographically largest one, not smallest. Okay, if there is a subsequence, return an empty string. There is no such subsequence. Okay, okay, let me just see the constraint. N is equal to length. Okay, okay, okay. Why this is given? N is 1 second. In hard problems we usually see to the constraints. It gives us some hint to how to solve the problem. Okay, n is smaller than k into 8. Okay, uh, let me take some example. What is the value of this? So length of this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. 8 to the 16. Okay, it is smaller than this. So if suppose uh, I'm having uh, why this is given, this condition, uh, it is a constraint. Okay, so we can conclude that uh, the length of our answer is very limited, and this also implies that uh, the length of the answer is smaller than k into 8. But is this going to help us or not? Let me just think. Okay, uh, k is equal to 2. So okay, it is pretty simple that if there is a character which is repeating k times, then only we are going to include it in our answer. It will help me just decrease my search space. What I'm saying is, suppose if the length, if the string is double A, double B, and A, then A, okay, and suppose CIO, and the value of k is equal to 2. So I'm going to find a subsequence which is going to repeat two times. And here it is showing me that uh, the frequency of A is equal to 4, frequency of B is equal to 2, frequency of C is equal to 1, frequency of I is equal to 1, frequency of O is equal to 1. So to find a subsequence of, like, to find a subsequence which is repeating two times, it is true that there should be two occurrences of that character, minimum of two characters. Okay, so these two are valid. Yeah, the minimum is 2. A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 2. But in these three, like, it is only 1, so it is not valid. So our first idea was to find the, like, segregate the familiar, or the characters which are important for us. It is going to be our first priority. Okay, what then? In our answer, we are asked to find in lexicographically largest string, right? So uh, can we do something like, we'll just do something as uh, BFS, and check for each character that uh, that character is going to give us the longest subsequence or not. If it is going to give us the longest subsequence, then I'll just add it to our answer. If not, I'll just remove it from our answer. Let me just show you what I'm thinking. Okay. First of all, what I'm doing, I'm keeping vector, and first of all, uh, I have to, like, keep a vector which is going to give me the frequency of all the letters, right? So first of all, I'm going to keep a frequency of 26 comma 0. Okay, for char s of x, uh, frequency of x minus a plus plus. Okay, now what? Just segregate the characters. Okay, vector, segregate the characters. Okay, vector of int uh, characters. Okay, uh, now I'll check if the frequency of the character is smaller than the value of k. If that is the case, just push back that element into a character. And one more thing. uh, okay, let me just add it to our answer. For uh, int I is equal to 0, I is smaller than 26 I plus plus, if frequency of I is greater than or equal to k, just add it into our character dot pushback, character dot pushback, frequency of I. That's it. Okay. Yeah. I have segregated this. I got my uh, favorable characters. Now I'll make a queue. Okay, uh, queue and BFS queue. Okay, I'm going to make a BFS queue, and I'll just add all the characters into our this queue, so that we'll just keep concatenating that string, that character into our answer, and keep checking that is this a valid subsequence or not. Okay. Okay. So mm, for for auto x of character bfs q dot push back x. Okay, great. Just push back this. Now what? While not empty. This is not empty. While this is not empty, what I have to do? I'll just keep checking uh, for each and every character. Okay, if there exists a uh, like valid subsequence or not. Okay. Okay, great. String or uh, just bfs queue is not empty. Mm, string cu double r is equal to cu double r is equal to bfs q dot front. Okay. String current is equal to bfs q dot front. But getting the string, I have to also push back. I have to change this to not push back. I have to push uh, string 1 comma x. It will convert it to string. Okay. mm, q dot front. Okay, I got the current. If the value of if the value of this string current is equal to bfs q dot front. Okay. mm, if Okay, also I have to keep track of our answer, right? So that keep track of the like longest subsequence. So if uh, the length of answer is the current dot length is greater than answer dot length. Okay, answer is equal to current. Great. I'll do this. Also, uh, I'll just generate the next candidate string for this. I just have to do uh, bfs q dot pop. Okay. If current dot length is greater than answer dot length, answer is equal to current. Okay. Now what? If for concatenate all the strings, right? So for char x of characters, char x of characters, just push back all the mm, check for like all the strings if is this a string or not. Okay, string temp is equal to q double r plus x and not char. It is going to be a string, right? Because yeah, keep it char only. String temp is equal to this. If this is the case, check subsequence. It will take this temp comma s comma k, these three as the parameters. If this is the case, just push back this to our answer if this is a possible answer. Okay, q dot push temp. Okay, this is the case, this q dot push back this to our answer. If not, uh, q dot push temp for character x, string temp is equal to current plus x. If check summation temp comma s comma k, q dot push temp. Okay, now what? After adding this to our queue, should we do anything else? I just have to write the this main code for checking the subsequence of all the characters, right? So after coming out of this loop, this while loop, just return our answer. Okay, great. Okay. Hmm. Okay. The main thing is I have to check for the subsequence, like the given temp is a subsequence or not. So let me just write this code for checking the subsequence. Bool check subsequence. In this, I will need three parameters. Let me just see what are those parameters are. The first one I needed was the source, the pattern, and the k. Where was it? The source, pattern, and k. Okay, these three things I needed. Now what? Source, pattern, and k. I just have to check from the first index to the last index of source and pattern, because let me just take this example and check. Let's lead code. Whatever I'm thinking, is this going to work or not? Okay, let's code. Mm, just think this is going to work or not. What I'll do, I'll just keep a index which is going to start from 0, and it will check that it is like matching matching the character or not. Suppose uh, let, so it will start from the very first index l. It will check l. Okay, l is there. I plus plus, again it will just move forward, move forward, move forward. If again check, it will be there. So okay, yeah, I think this should work. I'll keep two variables. Int pattern index is equal to 0, comma count is equal to 0. Okay. Why these two? It will keep check of the pattern index. Okay, let me show you. For auto x of uh, source. Now what? After these two, it will just check mm, if pattern of uh, pattern index. If this pattern of pattern index, not pattern of first of all x, sorry, x equal to equal to pattern index. If this is the case, so increase the value of pattern index plus plus. First thing, after that, uh, if x is equal to pattern of pattern index, if these two are equal, what I'll do, I'll just increase my pattern index, and I'll check is pattern index is equal to if pattern index is equal to pattern dot length or size length. If this is the case, pattern index is equal to 0, because we are going to start from the very first element now, and count plus plus. Again, if count is equal to the value of k, just return 2, because we have checked for all the in like mm, if the number of patterns, the count of the like subsequence is equal to the number of k, so we'll return true. And if this is not the case, return false. I think this should work. What I'm doing, I'm just checking for each and every character. If character is equal to yeah, I think this should work. Return false if pattern is equal to yeah. Hmm, let me see if there is some compilation error or not. Comment this out. Let me see if there is any compilation error coming or not. Yeah, push to call push uh, q and push. Why cannot I push? I'm sorry, I'm using int now. String q dot push bfs. Okay. Okay, wrong answer. Why? Let's lead code. In second case, same. Okay, it is not giving any answers, I guess. Why it is not giving any answers? Let me see. Let me just try run this code again. Suppose I have this character. Mm, let's lead code, okay? Let's lead code. Mm, the first thing it will do is it will segregate this. Great. Uh, BFSQ, first of all, frequency plus plus. Okay, let me just print this out for more clarity. For auto x of no, let me print this. Okay, character auto x of uh, character cout x and l. 422. 422 x plus a. Let's run this one. Hmm. 101 99 99. Okay. Pushback frequency of I. Three of them. L frequency of E was 4, T was 2, and L was 2. Great. So yeah. Now what? For auto X of character, BFS Q. Okay. Let me see if uh, C out BFS Q dot front. ठीक है. Okay, it is not giving me output. What is this string? Uh, auto X string str is equal to or auto X of character push string 1 comma x. This should work. Why this is not working? C out string 1 comma x. Mhm. Here is the issue. It is not taking uh, the characters. Okay, okay. Uh, okay, great. Mm, I've initialized here vector end. Okay, vector of x minus a plus plus. Okay, here vector end character. Great. I have to take characters, right? I'm so sorry. I have to do the same thing here also. Vector char of characters. If this is the case, frequency of I or I plus a. No, it should work fine. Wrong answer. Okay, ELT output E output. Okay, ELT. Okay. What if I just reverse this? I is equal to 25. I is greater than equal to 0. I minus minus. Because we want lexicographically largest string, right? Not the shortest string. No. Okay. TLE. Mm, string current is equal to bfs dot front q dot pop. If current dot length is greater than answer dot length, answer is equal to current. Great. Then for x of character, string temp is equal to current plus x if uh, I'm sending this and this as my reference, right? source and this function source as my first parameter and pattern as my second parameter. I think this should work now. Yeah, it is working fine. Let me submit this code. Yeah, okay, great. So the idea was pretty simple, not pretty simple. It was a bit complex because yeah, it has lead code hard problem. So I don't have to do anything. I just have to keep track of all the characters present in the like in our string and check if we can make a subsequence with that string or not. If yes, just add it to our queue again, because there may be a mm, like substring greater than that. Like you can see if I'll just print our current here, see out current, and it will give you the list of all the like subsequence. First of all, uh, possible subsequences. Okay, let me submit it again. Yeah, now you can see the list of possible subsequences, or all these are subsequence: T, L, E, T, E, L, T, L, E, E, T, E, E, L, E, T, E, T, and these all are possible answers. Okay, but the largest was this let. If I would have started from this started from 0 to 25, it is a true, like it is obvious that our answer would have been et, lexicographically smallest. So yeah, that's why I did this. So yeah, this was the idea of solving this question. Thank you so much for watching.